Hey everyone, welcome back to the Soccer Plug as we take a look now at whether or not Frank Lampard can save his job and Chelsea's season. As it sits right now, they have 8 wins, 5 draws, 6 losses, 19 played in the Premier League. Since the victory over Leeds United on the 5th of December in the Premier League, Chelsea have played 8, lost 5 of those games, drew once, and won twice. Very concerning. Considering all the money the club spent this past transfer window, they are sitting in 8th, tied on points with Southampton, who has been impressive. Fair play to them, but that's not where Chelsea expects to be. And one spot they're below West Ham. Yikes. And they haven't even had a game rescheduled for COVID or anything like that. Aston Villa is, I think, 3 points behind them, and they have 3 games less played. That's crazy. Back to the transfers now, and with the purchases of Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, Ben Chilwell, Hakeem Ziyech, and Edouard Mendy, that cost them approximately $271.92 million this past summer transfer window, and there's not been a lot to show for. This does not even account for the wages of all these players, plus Thiago Silva, who's currently signed on a free. So here we now have 6 out of the 11 players brand new to the team, 5 of them brand new to the Premier League, trying to put everything together from forming new relationships on the pitch to carrying out instructions from the manager, and ultimately it hasn't been a seamless transition for the team. It seems too much the combination of one massive overhaul of the squad, of half the starting 11 all at once, plus Frank Lampard is still relatively new young manager at this level, especially, and he's still trying to learn his best team tactics, formation 11 due to all the changes they've had this season and lack of preseason. It seems some players are confused or unsure of what exactly to do, and it may be holding them back from playing at their peak, especially in the case of like Kai Havertz and Timo Werner, they look like they're not exactly sure what the manager wants from them, and because of injury, poor form, they can't get any momentum going, and currently on the bench, for the most part, 2 inferior players. The center back partnership is what I feel is really holding them back currently, because I think they need 2 new center backs. I'm not, I don't rate Kurt Zouma that highly. Solid player, but at this level for Chelsea, defensively, I think he leaves too many gaps in the back line, and good teams exploit that space. Similar to Thiago Silva, past his best. He lost a step or two, and he's just not cut out at this age, at his current age, to be playing in the Premier League for a top team. So the team is a bit of a mess. They haven't really gelled yet for a number of reasons. Currently in 8th, underperforming massively considering, how much money they spent. And, the lack of runaway teams, this year at the top of the table. If this was, the previous 3 years, they'd be almost like 15, 20 points probably behind, Manchester City or Liverpool. So how can Frank, save his job and Chelsea's season? They definitely need to show improvement over the next back half of the Premier League, individually and as a team collectively. They need to work their way up the table, push for Champions League, in the cups, especially the FA Cup, because I don't think they're capable of going on a deep run, in the Champions League. Try to go on a run, win something, or at least, give something, positive for the team to, be about, and it could be a positive bit of a jolt and show Roman Abramovich that he doesn't need to get trigger happy yet and sack him. Give him some time. He's young, growing manager, and they just overhauled the starting 11 basically. So they need a larger adjustment period without adequate preseason. Furthermore, they need to give specific, straightforward instructions to all the players so they can minimize thinking and just play, instinctively and freely. Try to stick with one starting 11, I feel like. I know it's not really realistic, but there's no reason to be playing Olivier Giroud over Timo Werner with the investment they have, because Giroud has been scoring loads of goals, and they're still in 8th, so you might as well stick with the new players and try to play them into form.